Hello, it's Piper Sheets, and I'll be doing my project on Plato Putterana. The Putorana Plateau is located in northern central Siberia, Russia. It is within the Krasnoyarsk Krai, one of the largest regions in Russia. It lies about 100 kilometers north of the Arctic Circle, so the winters can be very cold. However, the average climate depends on location within the nature preserve because it is so big. The plateau is about 96,500 square miles. To put it in perspective, that is the size of 27 Yellowstone National Parks. Also, Georgia is only 59,425 square miles. So it's huge, and the terrain is rugged. The geological origin of the plateau is linked to flood basalt volcanism. Around the Permian-Triassic boundary about 250 million years ago, huge volumes of magma rose, forming the basalt layers that make up the plateau today. The plateau features flat-top mountains, deep canyons, many lakes and rivers. The highest part rises to about 1,701 meters on Mount Cayman. Ozero Lama, Lake Lama, is one of the more accessible large lakes in the region. It is one out of 25,000 present in the plateau. In the Evenki language, the name Lama translates to big water. It is about 80 kilometers long and reaches a substantial depth of 600 meters. The average lake depth is 50 meters, and anything over 200 meters is classified as a deep lake. The plateau is home to the Reka Kurenka. This river is a major tri tributary of the Yensei River, creating a massive river system in the region. The river carved dramatic canyons in the basalt terrain. The plateau's position is transitional. It is between a taiga, boreal forest, and tundra zones. Thus, it hosts a complete set of subarctic and Arctic ecosystems, such as the pristine taiga, forest tundra, and Arctic deserts. It is one of the few centers of plant species richness in the Arctic. The combination of remoteness, minimal human impact, large undisturbed systems means ecological and biological processes operate on a huge scale. It hosts one of the largest reindeer migration, is home to the rare subspecies of snow sheep, the Ovis nivicola borealis, also known as the Putorana snow sheep, which evolved here. Today, human presence is minimal. There are no major cities on the plateau, and access is difficult. Means of access often involve helicopters from remote bases. Previously, the plateau was explored by Russian explorers in the 19th to early 20th century who decided to settle elsewhere. The area is traditionally associated with indigenous groups like the Yavenki and Yukagir, who historically considered the plateau sacred. However, they do not reside on the plateau itself, but in surrounding regions. These indigenous groups are recognized and have been granted the ability by the UNESCO to continue hunting, fishing, and reindeer herding on the land. The reserve does not host many visitors due to lack of UNESCO guidelines for protection and lack of access to the region. No roads lead deep into the plateau, and it must be accessed by helicopter or boat via rivers and lakes. There was data taken on the tourist involvement of 2005, and only 437 people visited the reserve that year. The beautiful, untouched scenery is attractive to the advanced adventure travelers. It is unlike anywhere else in Russia, and the sense of remoteness and wilderness is one of a kind. There are mapped routes to make it across small sections. A popular route is from Ozero Lama to the Canyon Nipala. Trekking the route on the plateau takes 7 to 10 days for hikers, 7 to 14 days by canoe or boat through the rivers and canyons, or 4 to 6 hours by snowmobile. As you can see on the map, marks the start and end of that trek, and it is such a small region because it lies between these two dashed lines. This is the entire region, and that is how long it would take just to go from one to the other. After this research, I've made it my mission to explore the Putorana Plateau. Its isolation doesn't make it inaccessible in concept, it makes it unforgettable in idea. And if there's ever a zombie apocalypse and I have access to a helicopter or a plane, I will try my best to make it here. It's got to be the safest place on Earth. Thank you and goodbye.